Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here with, finally, the next entry into the replay contest, the Oh Crap Moments replay contest. And this is Targaryen. Also, you may know her as Kisa from the stream. She's usually on the streams with us on Fridays and Sunday nights. And this is her in her Tier 10 Japanese destroyer, Harugumo. Yes, everyone's absolute favorite HE spamming little destroyer. I know how I feel about this ship, although I haven't really played it yet, so I don't... It's hard not to pass judgment on this thing because I haven't played it. I felt the same about the Wusta, then I played the Wusta. You know, because once you play a ship, you finally really get a feel for it, know how to counter it and such. But, I mean, geez, the amount of times I've been HE spin by this thing in my curve first, or, well, any Tier 9, 10, or even Tier 8 battleship, It's not on my... If I was Santa, it wouldn't be on my nice list. But the Harugumo, yes, it is the Tier 10 Japanese gunboat destroyer, not the torpedo destroyer. That is the Shimakaze. And she's, well, from my understanding, she is not as fast as other destroyers at Tier 10, even though Kisa is currently going a smooth 37 knots right now. It is very, very slow to turn, has a big turning circle radius, as we're witnessing right now. So it's not as nippy and agile as other Tier 10 destroyers, which keep that in mind for later. But it certainly does pack a lot of firepower. It is, I mean, if you've been on the receiving end of this thing, you guys know what it's like. It's just constant rainbows of glorious HE raining down upon whatever was within its range. So, Kisa, or Targaryen, is on the map Sleeping Giant, which, as we all know, this map usually goes one of two ways. The team lemmings to D, the team lemmings to A, sniping fest ensues, and eventually the one team runs out of ships before the other team. Yeah, this is an absolute snipe fest on this map. So just kicking it off here, I believe Kisa's team's gearing actually sunk the enemy team's gearing, so currently they do have the destroyer advantage. However, Kisa's team has just ran into the decap, the enemy team at the decap. You see there's a curve first and a Republic. They probably really shouldn't have pushed up this early. Especially on this map, you kind of want to give things a minute to settle down at the decap before you go full broadside in front of the enemy team in your curve first and your Republic. But there you go, Kisa just got detected. She's currently being targeted by 5 ships there before she goes undetected. Yes, the battleships usually just drop what they're doing and just shove every bit of AP at this ship the second it gets spotted because it's the Harugumo. So now she is hugging up to this island right here, which, I mean, if you're playing a Harugumo, it's the correct way to do it. You want to stay in the covers where you can get your HE rainbow going pretty hard. And this is something interesting that you're going to notice a lot in this replay. She makes very good use of her torpedoes in the Harugumo. The Harugumo only has one torpedo launcher. It has 6 torpedoes in it, but it can fit the torpedo reloader booster, which drops the reload time down to 5 seconds, which basically means for 4 charges, or 5, I think it's 4 if you're running Superintendent and Premium, you can have basically 2 torpedo drops. And this isn't something you usually see a lot of Harugumo players doing. They mostly sit back with their HE rainbow launchers and do that. But however, as you're about to see here, that Republic's looking like he's going to take a couple of torpedoes, and so is that curve first. And Republic takes a torpedo and flooding, 2 torpedoes and two floodings, and so does the curve first. So that's an easy way to get her damage up to about 80,000 within the first 5 minutes of the game. And if you noticed here, that Republic already burned his damage con because, I mean, it's a Republic, and everyone knows that Republic doesn't have the best armor against HE, so he probably got HE spammed a lot and put some fires out. Curve first looks like he held his damage con, and he is not floating. He's actually gaining health now because he popped his his heal. That's always something you want to look out for when playing battleships. You need to hold on to your damage con anytime there's destroyers around, which, I mean, Kisa's been spotted. She's spotted again right now and has 2 ships aiming at her. So anytime there's a destroyer around, you gotta hold on to your damage con unless you get like 4 fires or you get 3 fires and you're at very low health. And plus, that Republic pushing up this early in the game is not a good idea. Anyway, the enemy team currently actually has the points and ships advantage right now. They only have 2 ships down and destroying that Republic, whereas Kisa's team is down 3 cruisers. But they currently still hold the D cap, which Kisa and I believe is that the Kronstadt sitting on the cap with her. No, it's the Minotaur, I think. Yeah, I'm having to watch this back on a video recording because I actually recorded the audio for this in the replay, but I didn't like the way it came out, so I'm redoing it again. About the 5th time I've done this. But you know, I'm going to keep doing it until I get it right. So she's currently scooting out of the D cap. Oh, look, there's a Mosfa there. She's currently scooting out of the D cap. And looks like she's going a bit of a flank, maybe to get some shots on that curve first. She does have 3 charges of smoke still left. And she's located right now, which means there's probably a destroyer somewhere nearby. And she's eyeing up. I mean, because if you noticed earlier, there were some cruisers hanging around there, along with the curve first. But the curve first looks like he's backing up. No, he's actually moving forward now. Guess he may be trying to go on a flank or something. But now she's detected. Now, what could be detecting her? Her detection rate is 6. Oh, it's the Shimakaze 5 kilometers away. And a battleship seeing a Shimakaze that close, if you're not on the curve first with its amazing secondaries, is pretty much a death sentence. Now, keep in mind what I said earlier. The Harugumo is not that maneuverable. And Shimakaze has plenty of torpedoes. And yep, there's one set. And, oh, can she stop in time? Ooh, that probably took some paint off the bow. But that was only 2 sets. Shimakaze has 3 sets of torpedoes. And his guns are just now opening up, which means, yep, there is the next set of torpedoes, and that one looks like it's going right for her Harugumo, and she manages to dodge out of the way before taking out the ship. Oh my! Ooh. I sneezed right as that the Shimakaze blew up. Nicely done there. Get some nice torpedo dodges. And remember, like I said, the Harugumo is not that maneuverable, so those are pretty dang close by Harugumo standards. I can imagine it's surprising seeing a Shimakaze pop up that close to you, especially in a destroyer. I'm sure the Shimakaze was just as surprised as Kisa was. Looks like he's probably trying to go around and torp them from behind. Alright, so fight's not over with yet. The teams are at equal amount of ships down. However, Kisa's team is still holding that D cap. But if you're noticing from behind that island right there, there's a Neptune there. And the Neptune seems to have a friend who's also slinging a lot of AP toward that Alsace, the friendly Alsace in the D cap. So the Neptune and probably another British cruiser is slinging AP both at the Alsace. So they're doing the smart thing and focusing the fire down on that Alsace. And that's a pretty deadly combo to have. 2 British cruisers that are willing to work together and focus fire, because that's a lot of AP being slung at one ship. Now the Alsace, it only has 32 millimeters of armor all the way around. It's enough to tank AP shells, but just the sheer amount of AP shells that the Neptune and what is most likely the Minotaur can sling at one target is a lot. There's a lot of AP. As you see, that Alsace, his health is just slowly being whittled away. And there you see Kisa's looking at the looking in the direction of those AP shells and trying to figure out where they're at. But I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's 2 420 screens up right there, and that's probably means that's where the 2 British cruisers are. As you notice, it was actually a Minotaur that got the kill on the Alsace, so it is a Minotaur and a Neptune. Yep, there's a Neptune, old Frodo Liggins. I laughed pretty dang hard the first time I saw his username. That guy's, kudos to him. That's a very clever name. And there's a curve first, who's now running away. Which I don't really... If I was in that curve first, I would probably be pushing in because, I mean, there's only a Kronstadt and an Alsace in the D cap and the Harugumo, who is occasionally spotted. But with 2 British cruisers there, which the British cruisers are very good at dealing with destroyers, it would now be the best time for that Kurfürst to circle back around and push up with his cruisers. Now, unfortunately, this Kronstadt has just gained the attention of, well, everyone on the enemy team north of the D cap. As you notice, the enemy team is now starting to focus fire, which, they need to do in this situation because they need to take this D cap in order to win. And man, that poor Kronstadt, he popped his heel, which prolonged his life by a couple more seconds, but in the end, he was no match for the sheer amount of shells being thrown in his face. Alright, so now you have the Neptune and the Minotaur right here. Kissa's lining up her torpedoes. Kind of ignoring, well, I'm not sure that's a replay bug or whatnot, but she's locked into the Musashi. It's probably a replay bug, if I had to guess. She dropped one set of torpedoes in the direction of the Minotaur and the Neptune. Waits a couple seconds and dumps another set. And now she is going back. This is actually the island that she was hiding behind at the start of the game. So this Neptune, looks like these torpedoes are going to hit this Neptune, and then, oh, there he goes. He must have his initial D soundtrack turned up to the max in his bridge right now. So the Neptune and Minotaur are actually pushing in because they know the Kronstadt's down. Kisha's been detected on and off. They know she's here. She's only at half health too, and that Daring's also in the D cap. Now with the combination of a Neptune and a Minotaur, two cruisers that pretty much just feast on destroyers, this should be an easy push for them. Also, the Republic behind Kissa is at pretty low health, and plus he's bow tanking, which means he only has one of his turrets on due to the Republic's turret layout. So that's only 4 guns facing them. Plus they have island cover to push in with. So that Minotaur could just chase the Neptune, the Daring out of the cap. So that means the Neptune is probably going to be pushing Kissa here in a second. And hello, detected by probably sonar, because both the Neptune and Minotaur have smoke screens. And hello, either that or there's another radar cruiser sitting somewhere around here. She's detected and being targeted by one ship. She's still detected. It's probably that Neptune that keeps targeting her and targeting off of her. I'm not sure, because both of the Neptune and the Minotaur have their smoke screens up, so I think the Minotaur and the Neptune can both fit hydroacoustic search. I'm not sure. I don't have them, never played them. But I know they both can't have smoke and radar at the same time. Okay, hello Neptune. So Kissa's been contesting this cap the entire time, which means while her team has been getting any points from it, neither has the enemy team. And that has bought Kissa's team a valuable points lead. Because you notice they're at similar amount of ships left alive on their team. So whoever gets the D cap is, that would stabilize the points that the enemy team could cap it. But if you notice, Kissa's team's now under 100 points away from victory. Thanks largely in part to her holding out the D cap, because if they would have capped the D cap sooner, that would have certainly given them balanced the game and bought the enemy team some more time. But unfortunately for the enemy team, fortunately for Kissa's team, Kissa's team is now only about 70 points away from victory. But the Neptune and the Minotaur are still pushing, because if they can get a kill, that'll set the points back some more. And that Republic's there on pretty low health. But there's also Kissa and the Harugamo, who's also, not worth as much points as the battleship, but still points are points, and they need kills to get their points starting to head north rather than south. But unfortunately for them, the Minotaur he's 163 health. Yep, he's out. Kissa's team is now 20-ish points away from winning. There's the Neptune. Kissa just, Max is pretty much won at this point. Take some closing shots at the Neptune, and there goes their score to 1,000. So very nice play by Kissa there. Probably had a bit of a heart attack when that Shimikaze popped up 5 kilometers away from her Harugamo, and she dealt with that, went back to the cap, and half health Harugamo, contested the cap from 2 British cruisers that could have easily have just smacked her out of existence. Contested the cap long enough for a team to get a nice points lead, and yeah, kept that cap on lockdown and majorly contributed to her team's victory. So good job, Kissa. And again, guys, I'm sorry that this took so long to get out. I've just, with the holidays and such, and me starting at a new job, it's been crazy, and I've been getting sidetracked trying to get all these replays recorded and out. But I promise I will have the next replay out, not tomorrow, but the next day, and that will be the 4th replay, and then the 5th replay should be out because the next day will be Thursday. So the final replay will be out probably on Monday. That'll give you guys 2 days from then, because for those of you that don't know how this is working, you viewers get to have the Viewer's Choice Award, which you get to choose the 2nd place award, where I get to choose the 1st place award. 2nd place is $10 worth of doubloons. 1st place is $20 worth of doubloons. And I get to choose the 1st place. You guys get to choose the viewer's choice. So after the 5th one goes up on Monday, I'll give you guys, well, when the 5th one goes up, I'll also announce the winner in a separate video that will also come out later on Monday. And then you guys will have Tuesday and Wednesday to choose the Viewer's Choice Award, and then on Thursday I will announce that. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share the channel with your friends. We're on our way to 1,500 subscribers. We're getting pretty close to 1,200, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. It wasn't that long ago that we were celebrating 1,000, and we're already almost halfway to 1,500. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch all of you guys in the next one.